Hi there, dear Aries. This is your astrological prediction for 2022. I'm Aries Moon Girl. As the name says it, I'm invested in this video. And this is your prediction of what's going to happen in 2025. If you guys have heard a bit about 2025, then you know that this is a big year. If you haven't heard anything yet, you can go back and listen to my general video as well. I'm gonna link it down below. This is gonna describe what 2025 brings in general. And what it brings is a big shift and the change of energy from the feminine signs, from Pisces in this case, a lot of it from Pisces into Aries. So from feminine to masculine, from water to fire, from the last sign of the zodiac to the first sign of the zodiac, which is you. A lot of next year is a precursor of what's to come for the following maybe 20 years. And you, Aries, are the main star of the show. You are stepping into a whole new era for you. This is the year where you're gonna get one of the most important transits for the next 14 years, and that is Neptune entering into your sign. Neptune, the sign, the planet of big dreams, of big love, of fantasy, of spirituality, of illusion, of the surreal, is entering the first sign of the zodiac, the fighter sign of Aries. And you are gonna be fully transformed by the time Neptune goes out of Aries 14 years from now. Until then though, and I can tell you a bit about this because I'm a Pisces and I just had Neptune cross my sign. Until then, the next 3 years are gonna be your biggest cleanup, your biggest challenge, your biggest focus on getting things in your life in order. And that is because this year also Saturn goes together with Neptune, and from summer is tapping into Aries. This time only for 3 months. Next year is gonna follow, and it's gonna be there for the next 2.5 years. Nevertheless, you're gonna get a sense of both of these energies in your sign at the beginning of the at the mid of this year. At the beginning of the year though, we're still in preparation. Things are still happening in the background. All of these planets that are in Pisces at the moment, and you'll have a lot of them. You'll have the North Node, which will leave your sign. You have been having your North Node in Aries for the past 2 years almost. So you had a chance to gain your power, focus on yourself, accomplish your own individual projects. And now this North Node is moving into your 12th house, which kind of tells you, okay, the time has come for you to go a bit deeper into your subconscious mind, go a bit deeper into what's there to be solved still and brought to the surface. Not that you haven't been doing inner work. So for the past 5 years, you've been doing a lot of inner work with Chiron in your sign. Chiron is there and has healed a lot of things, has brought to the surface traumas, and has let them play out in reality by healing them. And actually, with the North Node, you probably have accomplished a lot of things after cleaning that. But it's still a lot to come. This is only preparing you for the biggest timeline of your lifetime. While Neptune is there, this is going to be one of the biggest timelines. And I'm telling you, this is happening also because of the aspects that Neptune is making with the big players of this era. Neptune is going to be at 0 degrees in September, together with Pluto and together with Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius and Uranus in Gemini. And they are going to keep interplaying in this game of supporting each other. This is a good aspect. This is an aspect that is pushing you forward. But you're going to feel that the gas has been pressed on and you're like Formula One taking off. And with all this support of change in your life coming from all sides, you're going to be able to do this. This is all happening while Saturn is also there. And Saturn is going to make it a bit harder and going to make all that you have to accomplish a bit more grounded, but also it's going to make things a bit harder. It's going to make you work for it. So all that is happening now at the beginning of the year in Pisces is to prepare you for that. All the planets that are in your subconscious mind, in your 12th house, that are maybe keeping you inside the house, because when Saturn is in the 12th house, it's keeping you there. And there you need to think of things and analyze them and work through them and release them. This is all preparing you for an era where you're going to be main actor. And 2025 is just the beginning of this being main actor. You're gonna be the one that's taking us into the future. You're the trailblazer where we're gonna press the gas and you're gonna take us into things that will manifest in the future. With Neptune in your sign, you also can go for your wildest dreams. This is the good side of Neptune. Neptune allows you to go for your wildest dreams. Neptune also kind of doesn't show you reality fully. So with Saturn being here for 3 years, it's going to teach you how to see reality through the illusion, while Neptune is going to be there for 14 years. Saturn, as a lesson in the beginning of this, is teaching you how to see reality and how to build on something that's stable for yourself. Pluto and Uranus are giving you the gas from the other friendly signs and telling you it's okay to change everything and it's okay to step forward. It's a period of time where you can be extremely creative. It's a period of time where you can be very focused on developing your dreams or making things happen, on bringing them to reality. But it also is not an easy period of time. It's still something that's you have to get, that might weigh a bit heavy on your heart. And Saturn is not an easy transit, but I want to tell you, as someone that goes out of the Saturn transit, the easiest and best thing that you can have is Neptune there to ease the things a bit for you. But be prepared to be challenged wherever you haven't put in the work. I know you've been working a lot on yourself throughout these past years, but Saturn is going to come and shake up everything and still look where you have things to clear up. Okay, besides from this, as I mentioned, you'll have support from Uranus and Pluto in the second half of the year, and Pluto even in the beginning. You'll have also support then from Mars, which will move into Leo in the summer months. But until then, you will have your fourth house, which is at the beginning of the year occupied by Mars, which is retrograde, challenged. So again, your 12th house is challenged, your 4th house is challenged. This means that you are doing a lot of inner work. You are doing work on the house, you're doing work on your subconscious, you're doing work with your family, you're doing a lot. And with Mars there retrograde, there might be some issues at home, maybe with things that need repairing. Water is a big thing because there's a lot of water. So 4th house and Mars in Cancer with all these Pisces influences. Be careful with water in the house. Be careful with health of the loved ones. there's a time that's gonna come, and it's gonna be towards summer, where Jupiter will replace Mars, and all the work that you've done now at the house or in your family relationships will pay off, and you'll get a wonderful year of family relationships, and that's gonna help you a lot. But until then, be careful and work through anything that needs repairing now and needs doing. As mentioned, from summer, Jupiter enters Cancer, and that's gonna be paradise at home. At least you'll have a place where you'll feel fully happy, settled, and you'll be fully loved. I mentioned Uranus. Uranus was in your second house, so you've been having money changes for the past 7 years, in good, in bad, good, in bad. Now it's moving to your third house. So on the one hand, you can be a bit relaxed that the money challenges are not there. But also on the other hand, Uranus usually brings changes for the good. So you can have a lot of good changes in communication, in relationship with your siblings, in marketing, if you're doing marketing, in social media. This could be areas of focus, and for the next 7 years, once Uranus is there. And also Pluto is in your 11th house, which has to do also with friends, and it has to do with networks, it has to do with social media. So if you're an Aries that's interested in starting a social media business, this is your time. This is the time where you can become a star on the internet, with Neptune in the first house, with third house Uranus, and with 11th house Pluto. You can become a social media sensation. But also, if you're not, you will be supported in your endeavors by people that are close to you, by a network, by your friends, by your neighbors, by everyone will kind of see you in high regard and will be supporting you through your journey of transformation. So this should make Saturn way easier over the next months. I think that's it. Then, as I mentioned, Mars moves to Leo, so doesn't stay too long. So, very important also, Venus, the planet of love, is making a pendulum between Pisces, goes to Aries, goes back in April. So you might have to go a bit back and forth about your appearance. You might have to rethink some of your things that have to do with your appearance, things that have to do with how you come across to people. It's a good thing. Nevertheless, the retrograde also kind of tells you, be careful how you're dealing with relationships with others. So you might have to rethink some things. And with Venus moving back from Aries and back into Aries, you get more chance to live through this energy of enjoyment. So you get more chance to get the support of Venus as well. That's the good side of the year. Venus doesn't feel the best in Aries, but anyone that has Venus just needs to learn to enjoy life, needs to learn to enjoy beauty, needs to learn how to make the best out of what they have. So this might include, if you want to do any procedures, anything to improve your looks, this will be a good time once the retrograde has passed and you had time to think it through. And also, so big year, not as big as next year, but the signs are there. You're heading into something fabulous. You're heading into something that's going to change your life for good. So try to enjoy the moment and try to work with the very different energies of Saturn and Neptune in order to create something productive out of a dreamy but also dry pragmatic energy. So bring them together and create things that work out for the long run for you.